Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Squat Cobbler. Before we even say anything, I'm going to say to like and subscribe because as we're recording this, we just hit 300 today. So that
Woohoo!
is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Kelly mentioned something about me shaving my head. I'm willing to do that so long as Kelly commits to the party at his house at 1,000. But after you've liked and subscribed, I'm Dr. Mike at Official Pagan on everything. And the man who is throwing the party himself.
No, he's not, because somebody's keeping his hair. So this is Kelly at KELLYTHUL on Twitter and Instagram. But 300 is cool. So yay. I mean, good progress there. Appreciate it. Thanks for those of you who have subscribed. Very, very cool.
Absolutely. And I think it's important to note the next time you see me, I won't have hair. And Kelly's going to be throwing us all a party for that 1,000 subscribers. So, guys, jump on that.
So anyway,
All right. So, last time we were talking, we mentioned the Owners Day that's coming up for the AtGames Legends family and all of that. There were some big reveals with that, including their first mini cabinet that they're calling it, which is three-quarter scale, which is where most of the home arcade cabinets are. Um, well, what they're saying is three-quarter scale. It's one player, so I still feel like, and especially there is some video of somebody assembling one that's popped up on different people's things, and looks narrow to me being the one player cabinet. So I'm still not 100% sold on that, but we do have a price point now
we
because just
do.
like the other day when we all got an email, we all got a price list email today. What did you think when you saw this price list, sir?
So yeah, excuse me while I'm kind of looking down to actually bring it up so I can read it. Um, so I was really hoping, and I knew it was a bit on the optimistic side, but I was hoping to see maybe some sort of break on pinball, so I could, you know, kind of use that as a lobbying point around big savings. Got to go, do it now. So disappointed with that. Um, the Some of the other things, the price point, the bundle price point, and then of course they have it at 41% for a National Owners Day, with a kind of the mini price point was $510, going down to 300 for National Owners Day, and but you've got and no shipping cost on that, which is pretty cool, and 1 month of ArcadeNet. So I thought that was actually a pretty good deal. 300, coming in at 300 for me. So it was gonna need to be aggressively priced for me to even think about it. They've kind of done their job on that. Still don't know how to
So
pull the trigger
just to interrupt, I do have a shipping cost on my list for the mini.
for the mini.
Yeah, at $83.
Oh yeah, okay. So I can't read. so so $83. So now we're back up to 383. Yeah, I jumped the line down on that. So with an ETA of May 10th. so so there's that. Um, yeah, so there is $83 shipping. I'm sorry, I missed that. But $41 discount, 41% discount, kind of coming in. But that means the regular list price is 510. So I like seeing a deep discount. It's the most, well, the bit pixel is the most, and the some Gottlieb pinballs are both at 50%, as well as a pinball controller unit. But for a high priced item like the Mini, a 41% reduction is notable, and get your attention. So, what was your reaction to actually seeing these prices now?
So 300 makes sense to me for what the mini is, as far as it being a cabinet. I mean, that's in line with the sort of standard arcade one-up cabinets. 300. Of course, you're getting more games. You're losing a player, which again is going to be a big thing for me when it comes to real estate. And while I do have a whole room, which I understand a lot of people don't, real estate is still a thing. There's only so much square footage in that room. So am I going to give it to a cabinet that's going to take up almost as much space, but only have one player availability on there. Um, Also, it does look a little narrower, so it's gonna be a weird, like, I kind of haven't mapped out how many cabinets I can fit and things like that. So if this is like a weird size, maybe it throws things off for me. So it is something that I have to think about for that. Also, they mentioned Tetris artwork is limited edition. um,
Ooh.
yeah, I I don't know that I'm excited about that. I'll tell you at 510, that's an absolute no for me though.
Yeah, if that's the list price on a regular basis,
Yeah.
um, when a pinball unit 600 list,
Right.
a little more shipping for it, but um, yeah, that's a big list. So it almost seems like they wanted to make that percentage look good for Owners Day, and they kind of inflated that front part. That's a big. That was I did not expect it to break 500 for
No.
so
Because putting in the 500 range puts it in the higher end arcade one up cabinets. You're talking the 4 player cabinets and the cockpit and things like that. That's the 500 range, the 4 to 500. In fact, the 4 player Turtles wasn't even 500. I believe that was 4 was the original
wow.
list price for that.
Yeah.
So that's really, really, and I understand you're getting a lot more games for it, but I mean, it's a single board computer on the arcade one up ones. Everybody's added more games to it except for me because I'm building out an arcade. I mean, it's an easy, hack for that. So there's a million different things you could do, but $510, that's an absolute pass.
Yeah.
That's not even considering it. 300's different.
Yep.
300 I can consider. I do need more information at 300, but that's something I could consider. 500 is an absolute no way for me.
Yep. Yep. And so we'll have to see what happens at February 14th at 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific time, just so everybody knows. We're a little more fully prepared for this show. And yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, I was a bit shocked at that. So the other one I want to make sure we talk a little bit about is the controller, which I assume is the Legends Gamepad,
Yes.
which is listing out at $35. Sale price of $30, 14% off. $10 shipping cost for the gamepad, so the gamepad rolls in as a $40 investment, which is rapidly approaching the Xbox One controller. I would have wished it was a little bit lower, but I mean, at least it's starting out at 35, discounted down a little bit. That I probably order that. I think for that, I wish it was just a little bit lower, but I think I'll probably go for the controller. What's your thoughts on that?
So 35 doesn't seem terrible, and 30 seems like a solid price point, like we were talking about. Till you get to the $10 shipping on it, I'm not sure what that's for, and especially because I've already had a bad experience with that game shipping, where I paid a higher shipping point for a particular type of shipping, and then they shipped it USPS and it was lost. They had to resend it. So my concern is I'm paying $10 shipping and it's going to get thrown in a $3 USPS mailer. And 6 months later, I'll get it when it's been out in stores for probably 30. So
yeah, that could be. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Which ones of these, because they don't really indicate on this which of these are going to be available online only, always, or which ones are going to make their ways to the stores. I don't think you're going to see pinballs sitting in Sam's anytime soon, but some of these other products might. So,
well, as a lot of people have talked about, I mean, the real reason that they're doing the mini is because it's kept them off of a lot of store shelves. The Legends Ultimate, the size of it.
yep.
The problem with that though is, and I distinctly remember when they launched the Legends Ultimate, and of course it's their primary competition, but they really targeted Arcade One Up and said, Arcade One Up's, 75-ish or a little higher percent of the size of the regular arcade unit. We're pushing 90% of the size of the arcade unit, so we're better. And then they dropped it down to 3/4 to get into stores. So this is 100% against their entire marketing strategy. But at the same time, as a lot of people have pointed out, you can't flat pack the Legends the way that it is now and the way that it's packaged. So that keeps them off a lot of store shelves.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so we'll have to kind of see how that all works out. I do think the gamepad's a worthwhile purchase. We'll have to see what they're going to do in terms of other sales and giveaways and other goodies that'll happen that day. So we'll just, like I say, probably keep an eye on your email, see what's going on that day. But it was cool to kind of at least see the prices where things are kind of netting out, and we'll have to see. I wonder what artwork shows up on the mini after the limited edition. I wonder if they'll go back to a kind of multi-arcade listing of games again, which I think done right could be, pretty cool. I don't think my AtGames Legend is an eyesore. I don't think I just
No, not at all. See, the regular Legends, the one that you have, I don't mind that at all. I do not like the pinball, as we talked about,
yeah.
the artwork on the pinball. Although that's still going to be the pinball that I go with over where Arcade One Up is right now, because in every other way, it's a superior machine. I just don't like the artwork, and I think we were on the same page with that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that one will actually, I think, even be a little easier to do some custom stuff on the side if you want to kind of pull that through, and you still got to have your measurements right and do everything good, but it doesn't have, you're not dealing with the contours that you're dealing with the arcade unit. So uh, ultimately, you could cover that up with something a little bit better. At some point, if you wanted, it could become a pagan branded pinball machine.
And for the record, I don't hate the look of the Tetris cabinet. Tetris,
Yeah.
and I love Tetris. It's just I don't think anybody's gonna walk in when my arcade is fully furnished. I don't think people are gonna walk in and immediately gravitate towards the Tetris cabinet.
Probably not, but
Yeah.
it depends as they're walking by the Pong pub table. They might be in kind of a nostalgic mood. You never know. So,
But I do love Tetris. So, but especially my thing with the Tetris artwork though is, especially if this is a weird size and I do end up picking this up, it's going to get stuffed into a corner where I couldn't possibly fit something else if it is a more narrow one, just to get another cabinet in there kind of thing, which isn't a bad idea. So maybe when I see some more specs, I might go that route with it. But you're not going to be able to see the Tetris artwork is the point of that.
yeah,
So
so that won't work out. Yeah. Well, we just wanted to jump on really quick, add to the previous video we had done, since some of the prices had come out, get some reaction on that. Remember, February 14th, really important day. You don't want to forget. It's National Owners Day.
National Owners Day. It's the only thing you need to remember.
Only thing you need to remember. I wouldn't worry about any other thing at all.
Nope.
Sure,
it's the only thing you need to do. You need to treat yourself.
That's right.
On February 14th to something from this great sale.
That's right. It's almost like a Valentine to yourself. So,
yes.
So there you go. So.
And while you're at it, while you're waiting, the Gaming Historian channel has a great Tetris documentary. I might watch, or I shouldn't watch that, because that's going to sway me to buy the Tetris cabinet, even if it is a weird size and doesn't quite fit.
Yeah, we'll be sure to include a link to that in the YouTube description for the video as well, so you can kind of check that out. Mike's talked about that before, maybe even recommended it on some of our other stuff, but it's good.
I believe I did. Yeah, I believe it's an hour-long documentary off the top of my head, and it's excellent. It's easy to get through, but tons of really cool information about the history of the game.
So you can, in the build-up to your big 14th, folks, you can kind of get in the Tetris mood, watch that, get ready to go. And then from 9 to 9 Pacific time, you can enjoy all that is National Owners Day. Or nod, I guess, as they like to. Need to work on their acronym structuring, but that's the way it goes. Cool. Anything else, sir?
No, I think that's it. I mean, other than to ask, I think we're both probably going to end up ordering the controller, it seems. Anything else that you're thinking of?
I toy with $300 price point. I toy with pulling the trigger on the mini. I probably won't. I'll probably just stick with the controller that day. But that's probably my only order at this point in time, as I just wistfully wait for being in a better position on pinball.
Sounds good, sir. Yeah, that's kind of where I am too. The $300 price point is what makes it interesting because that's about where I'd be willing to go for something like that. It's an absolute non-starter at 500 or 510,
Yeah.
so not going to happen in any way. So the 300 price point that's coming, that if I'm going to get it, it's going to be Owner's Day, $300 price point.
Cool. Sounds great. So we'll be back soon with other content. Hey, be sure in the comments, folks, to share with us if you're planning to kind of place some orders on February the 14th, what you're interested in, what you're going to go for. I would love to kind of hear what folks are getting. And we'll just see how it all works out. So thanks again, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.